Hello everyone, welcome to this video making use of the ProQuest Historical Newspapers database. My topic today will be the atomic bomb. It was the summer of 1945 and the war in Europe had been won, but the war was dragging on in the Pacific as Japan stubbornly refused to surrender. In this context, the U.S. turned to a new weapon to end the war decisively. That weapon was the atomic bomb. President Harry Truman issued the Potsdam Declaration in July of 1945. This declaration offered Japan the chance to surrender unconditionally to Allied forces, and if the Japanese government refused, Truman, in the words of the declaration, said, "The alternative for Japan is prompt and utter destruction." This threat would be realized when U.S. planes carried out the atomic bombings on Hiroshima on August 6th and then on Nagasaki 3 days later. World War II was over, but the United States had entered and the world had entered a new era, the atomic age. In the aftermath of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, Americans had a new question to ask. Just how much destructive power was in the hands of the United States? What were atomic bombs capable of? This video will examine several newspaper articles from 1945 to 47 dealing with this issue of the destructive power of the atomic bomb. First is an article from August 7th, 1945, one day after Hiroshima, in which the equivalent power of the atomic bomb was estimated at 20,000 tons of TNT, which would be the equivalent of the ordnance dropped by 2,000 B-29 Superfortress bombers. And President Truman compared this to unleashing the power of the sun on the city of Hiroshima. And then President Truman and Secretary of War Stimson both pointed to the U.S. developing more powerful bombs. On November 3rd of 1945, an article showing the insights of Major Alexander Seversky lowered the comparison of the destructive power of the atomic bomb. Seversky said that the atomic bomb was equivalent to the destructive power of around 200 B-29 bombers, or the destructive force of one conventional 10,000-ton bomb. On June 30th, 1946, a survey was released comparing the destructive power of the bombs dropped at Hiroshima and Nagasaki to a particularly devastating conventional bombing raid carried out on Tokyo in March of 1945, which made use of high explosives, incendiary, and fragmentary bombs. This compares one atomic bomb dropped by one plane to almost 1,700 tons of ordnance dropped by 279 planes. And the results of this survey showed much higher casualty rates in the atomic bomb surveys. Here showing that 3 to 4 times more people died per square mile in the atomic bombings, and that Hiroshima's conventional equivalent for destructive power would be somewhere around 210 B-29 bombers ordnances. And then the survey concludes by estimating the destructive power of one atomic bomb to be 225 times the power of a conventional 10-ton bomb. Final article I want to look at is one from January 3rd, 1947, showing the insights of Secretary of War, Assistant Secretary of War, John McCloy. And McCloy here says that by the end of the war, U.S. research had been going towards a much more destructive bomb, a bomb that would be 1,000 times more destructive than that dropped on Hiroshima. And this is the hydrogen bomb. And so here you see a much more destructive bomb being in the U.S. capabilities. And so in conclusion, after Hiroshima and Nagasaki, America and the world had entered a new age. They'd entered the atomic age. Mankind was now capable of unleashing destruction on a level that was difficult to contemplate. And the question of mankind's destructive power would be at the forefront of American thought during the Cold War era. Thank you.